Let go. No intro music. I'm sorry to the people. I'm on vacation. I came very ill equipped. I have a laptop. I have a mic. I don't have my hard drive, so there's no intro music. But we have one of the best handicappers in the business, Timbo, right there. Bet the best three. You got your boy Brian. Christian's off, blowing me off. We're in the same town. He's blowing me off. This guy's running around, drinking up all the booze. That's not time for me. That ain't fucking time for your boy. But we got some picks. UFC 266, unbelievable card. We had to get it in. Yeah, Timbo, how you feeling about this card? No, you're a Diaz guy. You're a Diaz
Oh,
boy.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so nervous at the same time. Like, you know,
Let me ask you this: are you worried about it at 85, the way he looked, his interview, any of that scare you?
not. Uh, yes and no. I mean, I think people are taking the shadow boxing way out of
Well, yeah,
context.
yeah. That's how we shadow box it.
Always, yeah. And the weight did kind of scare me, but now it doesn't because now it's at 185, and I think.
His last his last fight was at 185 against Anderson Silva.
Yep.
Someone posted a picture like 2 or 3 months ago where he's like, "Hey, Nick Diaz is training again," and he looks shredded. It's like, what happened to
Yeah.
that guy? So I'm worried that he might be injured, but it doesn't matter if Diaz is injured, has one leg, one arm. That dude's coming out, and he's coming out the fight. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You're never going to get a subpar performance from that guy. He is 38 though, but Robbie's 39. It's not like
Mhm.
Robbie's lighting the world on fire either, so I'm interested. But let's dive in. Let's dive in. First fight of the night, Omar Morales, minus 158 versus Jonathan Pierce, plus 134. Pierce on the underdog here. Timbo, I am embarrassed to admit this. I don't know who the champion is. It's been 7 weeks.
You are.
Am I the champion?
You're the
Okay, there it
champion.
is. Hey, maybe I didn't forget. Maybe I wanted you to say it.
Oh, I'll say
Uh,
it. I'll give you-
all
you
right,
got
so
it.
I'll go first here. Omar Morales, Jonathan Pierce. I've faded Jonathan Pierce ever since he lost to Joe Lozon. Joe
Mhm.
Lozon was a walking corpse, and Pierce got beat up by him. But then he's come back and he's looked really good. Come from the Contender Series, and he surprises a little bit. I see some people playing him at plus 134. I don't hate it. I don't love it as well. O Morales, kickboxer, Shred City, fucking built like a tank. Looked okay against Giga Cox. That was his big step up that he lost. I remember we were split on that fight. I believe you or Christian had Omar. I had Giga. But Morales he's a good kickboxer. He can stop the fight from getting to the ground. He seems to be in pretty good shape. He's big for the division as well. My only concern here is Jonathan Pierce. He gets this to the ground. It's his world. Omar tends to be a little gun shy. He doesn't really throw a lot of volume. With that being said, I'm gonna take Omar here. I can't back Jonathan Pierce after I saw what Joe Lozon did to him. It's stuck in my brain. It's always gonna be there. So give me Omar Morales. I don't hate the number. This might be a parlay piece for me, but I don't hate the number at minus 158. Timbo.
I'm going opposite here, brother. I'm going
Woo!
dog hunting. Um, the Joe Lozon fight. Yeah, it looked it was UFC debut. But then he bounced back and he finished. Am I good? You got me?
You were chunking a little bit, but I got you.
Okay. Yeah. And then he came back and finished a tough Hawaiian Kai Kamaka. Guys, cousins of Ray Cooper.
Yeah,
Obviously, Hawaiians are just fucking built
they're
different,
just
and
built different.
finished him. Which was, I bet Kai Kamaka that fight. I was pretty high on him. Not
Yep.
that he's very talented or good, but like I said, he's just got that grit. He's tough,
Mm-hmm.
and a guy like that says a lot. Um, yeah, look at the age difference as well. Morales is 35 years old. It does seem to be in good shape, but at some point the time's gonna. Now I'm kind of trying to. I might be
Ooh.
changing my mind. Shit,
Nah,
this is
nah, nah,
tough.
nah, nah. You're on Pierce. You're on Pierce. You're on Pierce. Take the
Yeah,
dog, baby.
3-1. Morales is 3-1, and his only loss is Giga Chikadze, which is no
Mm-hmm.
shame.
Right.
Um, oh yeah, I wanted to ask you about this. The Jonathan Pierce was on the Bellator MMA fight series.
I
You don't
guess,
remember
yeah.
that?
You know who else was on that? Chris Curtis.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. Yep, he was.
And this motherfucker is getting a shot in the UFC, or he's already got a shot in the
And
UFC.
Chris, yeah. He went through contenders just like Chris did. Chris had an impressive knockout. Still can't get any love. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it.
Shout out to Chris. But yeah, give
Yeah.
me the dog. Give me Pierce.
Give me the dog, baby. Yo, Morales, I remember when, he fought the Giga fight. It was A lot of cappers were split. There was even some cappers on Twitter going, if you take Giga, you're a fucking idiot. Like, Omar's so good. Look at Leo. And I'm like, yeah, but he's not. And so, but he is a solid prospect. But I think this fight is going to be the battle of who can take it where they want to. Giga wants to keep it to the feet. Pierce wants to get it to the ground. We'll see what happens there. All right, next up, Matt Sellensberger. He's a minus 500. He is fighting Martin Sano Jr., if I'm pronouncing that right. 4-2-1. Sano is Nick Diaz's boy. This was Diaz's deal. Two of my teammates fight on this card. If you get me, you get my two teammates. No questions about it. UFC's doing Martin Sano no favors, getting a Matt Sellensberger. Timbo, how do you cap this fight? What do you like? You sticking 209? You going Diaz's boy?
You know,
big so underdog.
Fun. So at the press conference, Diaz was asked about Sano and Maximov. And he talked good about Maximov, and he didn't comment on Sano at all.
Really? Because Sano's like his boy, though.
Oh,
like,
no shit?
Yeah, if you look at like any Diaz like nightclub shit from the years he's been off, Sano's right with him. That's his guy. Yeah, so that's surprising to do that.
Yeah, I was okay. That makes sense then, as far as why he is here, because he lost in World Series of Fighting, he lost in Bellator. I literally wrote down like, why is he here?
His record's crazy. Yeah,
it was a trade. So yeah, I mean he has no business being there. Semelsberger, he's well rounded. He got I was watching some film on him. He got starched by William Knight on the amateur scene, but this guy's not William Knight. He's fighting.
Yeah,
he's got 2 UFC wins.
He's from your part. He's from your neck of the woods, babe.
Semelsberger?
Yeah, Frederick, Maryland. It's over by you a little bit. Yeah,
couple hours. How you liking that East Coast, by the way? You liking the East Coast over here?
Bubby, I'm East Coast. You forget. Cincinnati's East Coast.
You're not Coast, brother. You're
right. You're right. I'm on the coast. I have East Coast time zone. But I'm on the coast. I love the coast. I mean, come on. I'm on the beach. I got the beach behind me, babe. I love it.
You're looking tan too, brother. You're looking good. You're looking bright. You're looking good.
Yeah. It's been rain. I haven't got like any sun. My face is so fat that the sun just attracts it, right? But it's been raining for like 3 days. Today is the first day. It's been nice. And the little one was acting up, so I took a nap with her. But yeah, we'll get there. Tomorrow's our last day.
Enjoy it.
I'll get these tanned up. But yeah, Sellensberger, well-rounded, like you were saying. And do you think he's going to steamroll Sano? I mean, this is a lot of fucking dog here.
I don't like Sano at all.
Not gonna do it, yeah. Yeah, that's smart. I'm taking Sellensberger too. Listen, Sellensberger's a big, strong kid. I think he got screwed his last time out. I thought he won his last fight. Sano has no business being here. He might be tough. I'm sure he's tough. Trains with Nick Diaz, a 209 guy. He's probably got the whole Diaz mentality. But, I mean, the guy's 4-2-1, hasn't won a fight in a long time. Everywhere he's gone, he's failed. He's a huge underdog for a reason. The UFC's like, okay, we'll give your boy a shot, but he's going to go through this young kid that has a quick knockout over Jason Witt and is big and strong and good everywhere. I'm taking Sellensberger as well. I hate the points, though. I hate how high it is. Minus 500, there's nothing I can do with that. Maybe put him in a parlay. Even for me, the slime ball parlays made for chalk, chalk, chalk. This might be a little too rich for me. But I think this is as good as a lock. It's not going to be my lock. We'll get to the locks later, but there's no way Sano wins this fight. All right, next up, Nick Maximov, another Diaz guy. Short notice fight here against Cody Brundridge. Cody fought in the Contender Series. He's married to Amanda Cooper. Been around for a while. Good wrestler, good grappler. Flirting in the Vegas scene for, I believe, he's Colorado, but Mark Montoya. He was in Vegas for a little bit. Lost to William Knight in the Contender Series by elbow on ground and pound. I don't know much about this guy, Eric Alonzo. That guy used to be a name out there, not so much anymore. Has decent wins. He's getting Nick Maximov, who I thought looked pretty good on the Contender Series. This is Nick and Nate's boy. He, grappling base. He won the Contender Series against Oscar Colta, but again, it wasn't a dominating performance. He's a grappler. He likes to get the fight to the ground. He's tough. He's durable. His stand-up is okay. Brunders likes to get to the fight to the ground too, so both these guys are going to be playing into their strengths. Who's better? You know what? Let's just go. I'm going to go Maximov here. I don't have a strong lean on this fight. This fight got put together a couple days ago, and I was going to take Carl Roberson if it was Roberson in there, but since he got pulled out for whatever reason, I'm going to take Maximov here. Minus 158 was the number, and Brunders is plus 134. I don't know if I said that, but give me the Diaz boy. Give me Maximov. Give me minus 158. I'm not confident. I'm not comfortable, which means I'm going to play it. because that's what I always do. I get to the fucking sports book and I'm gonna go, you know what? That fucking number's nice right there. I don't want to go all chalk. That's a nice number. Timbo, who do you like in that fight?
I like Maximov as well. If he was fighting, and granted it is on short notice, but I mean he's 23 years old.
Yeah.
He's training with fucking Nick Diaz Academy. Then motherfuckers are always training. That's all they do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and if he was fighting a striker, I may have some concerns, but I think it's like you said, they're both going to try to go to the ground. And this kid seems pretty damn good, experienced for his age.
Yeah.
In the grappling department, he's got a few losses, but none of which he was dominated. I saw a lot of them
Yeah,
won like overtime.
you hit a good point. He's very young too. So even those lawsuits come young, I don't have a problem. It's just when guys who are 35, 36, 37, and they win one, lose one, win one, lose one. This kid's young. He's still learning.
Yeah.
So you made a good point about his age. I didn't mention his age. That's a good point.
But yeah, give me Maximov as well.
Give me Maximov. All right. Go
Love
ahead.
that line.
That's,
Love the line.
The line's priced right. Yeah. I've been on vacation, so my head hasn't been in it. So I don't know what their line with Roberson was, but I like Maximov for minus 158. Cody Brundage, the guy's got to prove a lot. All right, next up, fight I'm looking forward to a lot. Urso Medic, 7-0 versus Jalen Turner. Medic is a minus 120. Jalen Turner is a plus 102. Both strikers here. Timbo, who do you got? Big, long, tall, lanky motherfuckers. Who do you like in this fight?
Yeah. The bet I like on this fight is it going under 2.5 for sure.
Bam. Book it.
Finished. Medic has finished all 6 of his professional fights violently. This dude's a killer. Jalen Turner, contender series guy, won on there, and then he came into UFC and got fed to Vicente Luque. Like, damn, dude. But since then, 3-2 in the UFC. He fucking choked out Brock Weaver. Fuck Brock Weaver.
Fuck Brock Weaver. Get out of here, Brock Weaver, piece of shit.
Fucking weirdo. Yeah, this is gonna be tough. Like I said, I'm gonna take Medic just because he is undefeated and he fucking hits like a truck. But Jalen Turner certainly stands a chance too. He's got power. He can pull off a victory too. But like I said, I think the real money there is under 2.5.
Yeah, I like that. Like under 2.5. I like Medic. I love Medic actually. I love this line. Jalen Turner's been in the UFC a lot longer. A lot of people are fading Medic because he's this contender series guy. He's 7-0. He's looked really good in one area in that stand-up. He's looked really, really physical and really strong. Jalen Turner's a huge 155er, right? He's huge. He's tall. He's long. Is this at 55 or 70? I think it might be 70. 155. Okay, that's what I thought. Excuse me. And my daughter just walked in. She's hollering. But I love Medic. Yeah, I love Medic. I love minus 120. A lot of cappers are doubting, like, well, is he well-rounded? Can he get it to the ground? Who cares? Fucking Jalen Turner's not well-rounded. Jalen Turner's got a decent choke because he's so fucking long. But his game is to stand up, strike. He likes to be in the clinch. I like Medic. Medic's just violent, dude. He's going to go in there and he's going to fucking wreck Turner. Turner's been touched before. He's been knocked out before. He's been hurt before. I see that on Medic. I know, I understand. I get a little excited about some of these young guys coming out. They're unproven. But I like Medic a lot here. This is a fight I'm going to play. I don't think this is a parlay play. I think this is a single bet play. But I like violence. And this guy is fucking mean, man. He's mean in there. And I'm going to take Medic all the way. And minus 120 is... That might as well be even money to me. That's beautiful. Gorgeous.
That is by finish. That'd be good too.
Bennett
like
finish too. That's a good prop. I think by finish as well. Because Jalen Turner, he's just, he's a solid guy. And even if Jalen Turner wins, right? Say I'm wrong and he wins. The only way I think he wins is by finish. So the under 2.5 and by finish, not going to distance, all those are good props as well if you don't want to do money line. All right, next up, Roxanne Modafferi, 25-18, I think, right? What was that? 18? Yeah. She is a plus 310. She's fighting Tala Santos, 17-1, minus 420. Timbo, we got a battle of the females here. And yeah, who do you like? You got Roxanne the vet, who's surprised, and you got Santos, who's a fucking bull in a china shop.
Yeah, give me Santos. I got a good chalk here. She's got 85% takedown defense. Only chance that Roxanne Modafferi has is taking her down and laying on top of her, and this chick's way too strong for that. This isn't. It was Macy Barber who Roxanne upset, right?
Right. Yeah. Macy Barber.
I think she still gets a lot of respect from that, and rightfully so. Macy was a phenom up and coming, but she was injured in that fight. A lot of circumstances happened to go Roxanne's way. She's a vet. She's totally capable of fighting in the UFC. I'm not saying that, but Santos is going to destroy her, I believe.
Yeah, I think Santos too big, too strong, too good. I used to when Brazilian women or men too, not just women, but when they would come in with a record like this, when she came to the UFC and she had this huge padded record, I'm like, they're not fighting nobody though, right?
Right.
Well, I mean, who are they fighting? But this girl's real deal. She's a fucking savage in there. Roxanne, props to Roxanne. Seems like a sweetheart. Won't take an easy fight. This girl will fight anybody. This is like her 50th pro fight. She's an absolute savage. I like Roxanne a lot, but Santos steamrolling. I actually was going to do a slime ball parlay, all female. It was going to be Man and Friot, who I'm huge on. Her fight got pulled. Santos and Andrade. That was going to be my slime ball. Fiot got pulled, so we had to rethink it. I'm still tweaking with it. I'll post it on Saturday. But yeah, give me Santos. I love it. All right, next up, big boys. Shamil. Here we go, Brian. Here we go. Abdurakhimov. That, all right, yeah, Shamil. I'm going to call him Shamil. Versus Chris Dawkins. My mom's laughing at me. Cold-blooded. Chris Dawkins 11-3. Line is Dawkins minus 215. Shamil plus 170. I can't read my handwriting. Shamil's the underdog. Excuse me. This fight gives me pause a little bit because Shamil, good grappler, big, strong, fucking Russian bear, has been in the UFC since 2015. Came from N1. Doesn't fight that much. Gets pulled out of fights. Then he's fighting kind of the golden boy right now at heavyweight. Everyone loves him, some Chris Dawkins. He's knocking people out. He's looking good against Alexei Olenek, another big old Russian fucking strongman. And then Rodrigo Nascimento and then Parker Porter. He's knocking these guys out. He's finishing all three of them. Listen. I don't know why I can't get behind Chris Dawkins. I'm going to take Chris Dawkins. I'm going to pick him. But this might be one of the fights I avoid. I'm not a heavyweight whisperer like our boy Christian. He would somehow hone in and tell you exactly how this fight goes. So follow Christian at that play breezy on Twitter. Maybe he'll tweet that out. But I don't have a good read on this fight because I'm going to pick Dawkins because I think he can catch him and knock him out. But Shamil is so fucking just gritty and Russian. That's all I can describe him as. He's fucking Russian. He could ground Dawkins. There's a lot of questions that need to be answered about Dawkins. I'm going to take Dawkins, though. I'm not going to bet. That's going to be a pass on me. Give me Dawkins.
Yeah. You look at Shamil, he's definitely got way more experience than Dawkins. Dawkins is 3-0 in the UFC. All finishes. Dude hits like a truck. I'm going with Dawkins, too. For the pick 'em, I wanted to go Shamil.
Yeah.
But, and he's only, like, as of recently, for sure, he's beaten who he's needed to beat, and he's lost and got finished brutally by Curtis Blades and Derek Lewis. But I think Dawkins is on his way up, and Shamil's 40 years old. He reminds me, who's the Russian guy that Chris Weidman last beat?
Amari Akhmedov.
They remind me of each other.
Yeah.
There's two big.
40 at Russian, though, 40 years old, that's like their prime. That's when they're starting to get stronger. I mean, look at Alexei Olenek. He's like 80-something.
Shit, I'm kind of torn. Actually, you know what?
What are you going to do? You going to flip it on me?
I'm thinking about it. Because, you look at the guys, like, he's lost to Tim Johnson, who was, granted, trash, but he just fought for the Bellator title.
He's doing well in Bellator. Didn't do much in the UFC, but he's doing well in Bellator.
And the Andre Arlovsky win really sticks with me because Arlovsky's a vet.
Arlovsky's your boy, dude.
I love him, bro. I love the fangs. I love everything.
Love him.
And then like he took care of some guys who got fucking heavy hands. Chase Sherman, Walt Harris, like these guys hit just as hard, if not harder than Dawkins.
Right.
Fuck. What's the line on this?
So I have Dawkins at minus 215, and I have Shamil. Plus, I can't read my handwriting, 122, but that doesn't seem right. Probably like 172, maybe. If you can find it for me.
Hold my belt back. I gotta give me Dawkins.
Dawkins. See, this is the UFC telling me, because Shamil's no joke, no walk in the park, right? He's beaten a lot of guys. He can ground a lot of guys. You name the guys he lost to. This is the thing where they're like, hey, Dawkins, are you for real? Let's see if you're real. If you can go put out this fucking hard-nosed Russian, Let's go do it, right? Let's go do it. Let's see how real you are. He looks to me in great shape. I know he's got the loose skin. He's not all
Mhm.
abbed up, but he seems pretty lean for him. He seems to be in really good shape, and he does have power. He has aggression. Knows how to finish. So it's interesting. Again, I don't have the best read on this fight. I'm gonna go chalk with Dawkins, but I am gonna pass on it. But yeah, it should be a good fight. I like this card. We didn't mention how great this card is. This card,
Oh, so
I know it's
nice.
getting overshadowed by Nick Diaz a little bit, but then we got two title fights. The main card sick. This prelim sick right here that we're about to talk. Dan Hooker.
Quick, real
Go
quick.
ahead, Ben.
If Chris Dawkins does win this,
Yeah,
um, I the next fight to make would be. I'd love to see him and Aspinall go
I
at
was
it.
thinking the same thing. The
I love it.
UFC typically doesn't do that because they're like, well, we got two stars, and not
Mm-hmm.
let's not run them together. That's why I thought it was weird when they did
Miranda
that with
Maverick.
Macy Barber and Miranda Maverick, because you had two stars, two young girls, let them meet at the top. Now you're getting them right now. Sometimes they do that though, because they kind of did that with Frankie Edgar and Gray Maynard early on. Frankie lost to Gray, and then they had the whole build up. Maybe the UFC's thinking long term, but yeah, Dawkins, Aspinall, two of the future guys at heavyweight. Excuse me. I like to see that. That's a great fight too, because both dudes are fucking bangers.
Yeah.
Next up, Dan Hooker, minus 140 versus Nasrat Haqparast, plus 120. A lot of visa issues. Dan Hooker got in, cut weight on a plane. Nasrat's getting in tomorrow or something from Germany. Nasrat's mom just passed away as well. So this is interesting. This is going to be really interesting here. I believe it's it's your turn. Your turn. Go ahead.
It is my turn,
Yeah.
and this is a tough. I mean, I love this fight. I think, and it's unfortunate that the guys are going through what they're going through with Nasrat losing his mother, and then the visa issues for both men.
Right.
I'm wondering how they're going to cut weight. Like how is that going to work?
They
Um,
should do it. UFC should grant him like a catch weight. We'll see how that shakes out, but like whatever they're close at, like they're both pretty big 55ers. Just let them do it like 65, 70 or whatever they're close at. Because I mean, the circumstances have been pretty crazy on this.
yeah, and shout out to Anakin, fucking Anakin Florian and the performance you made on there, legendary. And obviously you already broke this. You already broke this fight
I
down.
did. I did.
And so I'm not going to echo you too much, but I mean, I was in agreement with you. Dan Hooker's like, damn, he's right there, and then goes down a peg, and then he beats a guy like Nasrat,
Yeah.
and then he goes back up again, and then he loses again.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to have the opportunity to get back up there again because I think he'll outclass Nasrat right here. I'd love to see Nasrat win, just in honor of his mother and everything that's going on there. But I mean, talent versus talent, Hooker's the guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I did when I was on Anakin Florian. Thank you for mentioning that. I got the pleasure of doing that on Monday. I took the approach of more of a gambler capper because Kenny's going to get all the technical stuff. I'm not going to fucking start doing technicals with Kenny Florian. That dude's the man. So with Hooker, the one thing that I noticed, with Nasrat, the one thing I noticed with all his fights, his last two fights have been underwhelming to me. He's fought wrestlers. He fought Rafael Garcia, who stinks. He came on short notice. He throws a lot of the same combinations. A lot of his punches, his boxing's very good, but it's a lot repetitive. It's tough. Dan Hooker's elite. Dan Hooker's training with City Kickboxing. He's an elite guy. He can see this stuff coming. You look at the Dustin Poirier fight, those first two rounds, Dustin Poirier went through it. It was very competitive. Dan Hooker fell off a cliff. It was a close fight. It was a very fun fight. But Dustin Poirier, in my opinion, one of the best counter punchers, one of the best boxers in the UFC, awkward southpaw. Dan Hooker was giving him a run for his money. Then you got the Michael Chandler fight. Hooker got caught. Chandler set him up. Chandler's got huge power. I think Hooker was worried about the takedowns in that one. He seems confident in this. He seems like he's going to come in. I think Nasrat's going to throw out what he does, the 1-2s, the hooks, the big punches, because he does have big hands. And I think Hooker's going to read him like a book. I think Hooker's going to slow play it and then eventually wear him down and take him out. Nasrat's proved to have a chin on him because both guys get hit a lot. And like the point I brought up, Dan, he's right here and he falls back down. He's got to get over this hump. It was an ugly loss against Michael Chandler. I know he's embarrassed. And this is a good rebound fight for him. And I like the number. They're keeping it low for Dan Hooker at minus 140. I think that's a smart play. I think that's a good play. That's a fight I'm looking to bet as well. I want to see what maybe the prop is for finish. Even though neither guy don't get finish a lot, it still might be worth it at a plus number. But yeah, we're both on Hooker here. I love the fight. All right, next up.
3.5 inches in reach too.
3.5 inches, right? Yeah, Hooker's long. He's not as tall. I always think he's like 6'3". He's like 6 foot, I think, right? But his arms and legs are so long. I always think he's like super tall. All right, next up, Merab Dvalishvili, minus 250 versus Marlon Magic Moraes, plus 190. This is basically like, hey, who's next or who's sticking around? Because you got to imagine Marlon's making a fat paycheck from the UFC. He came in as a former champ. This is going to be 3 in a row if he loses this. They might let him go. They might be like, you don't have the stuff. He's an action fighter, though. He's exciting. If I was the UFC, I would keep him around. But they're looking at the books. They're like, man, this guy's making fucking 350 to show up, and he keeps getting his head knocked in. And Merab's the next guy. This is the guy that's kind of avoided at 135. Nobody wants to fight this guy for good reason. Cardio's insane. His striking's awkward. He's tough. He's durable. Doesn't get tired. He can wrestle you. Not a big finisher. I think Marlon Moraes has to go out there in the first round and just because Merab comes out pretty wild, right? He comes out aggressive. He's excited. He moves a lot. His hands are always jittery. Marlon's got to catch him early, or if not, he's fucked, right? Marlon has some decent submissions, but we've never seen him off his back that much, right? He's good on top. His jiu-jitsu's made for the top. The one thing that someone brought up to me that they keep, and this was so many years ago, but Merab got caught in a pretty good guillotine against Ricky Simon, and that was a controversy where he went out, didn't go out. Either way, he lost the fight, but he got caught in a guillotine. Marlon has a really good guillotine, right? We haven't really seen him fight too many wrestlers. A lot of the guys he's fighting are strikers. So that's something that Merab has to worry about, is getting caught in that fucking guillotine. But Merab's an absolute animal. I picked him on the Anakin Florian podcast. I'm going to pick him now. Minus 250. I loved it earlier in the week. And the more I'm thinking about it, the more I don't love it. But I am still fairly confident in it. I would bet it. I just like other plays on the card. But I do like Merab. I think if a real stab in the dark, which is probably a crazy plus number, would be Merab by finish. Like a late second round, third round TKO, just because his cardio is so crazy. And you're going to get a great number on that. But I'm going to go Merab here. Timbo, how do you like this fight, bud? How are you breaking this down?
I mean, Marlon just like, damn, dude, like take a step down for once.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to fight straight killers every fucking time. Like Rob Font, Corey Sandhagen, Jose Aldo, Henry Cejudo, like, bro, throw this man a bone and get him a goddamn win. Because it ain't coming this weekend either.
I know it.
Take it down, he's gonna get, And granted, Merab, as you pointed out, he has been quote unquote finished. I know it was controversial with the Ricky Simon fight, but and also I just looked at this early on in his career. He got finished by Ricky Bandejas, the guy who beat Connor's boy.
Yep.
In Bellator.
Yeah.
He's got 2 huge wins on his career.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going Merab here. I think it's probably minus money for him to win by decision, but I think I may take that just to put in a parlay or something and get some more points there. But yeah, give me Merab.
Yeah, someone brought it up on Twitter. It was a Twitter account I don't follow. Someone I follow liked it, and they're like, Merab gets the finish this weekend. Don't at me or whatever. And I'm like, this guy's an idiot. And all day I'm thinking like, well, shit, hang on. Marlon could absolutely gas, and Merab doesn't, and he just could put it on him. So that's an interesting number to look at. We'll see where my bankroll line adds up, because like I said, there's some other plays I like more, but we'll see here. All right, baby, main card time. First of the fight of the night, Jessica Andrade minus 290 versus Cynthia Calvillo plus 225. Timbo, females, babe, who do you like?
I mean, I feel like we're gonna make some fucking money on Saturday, dude. Because we're picking on all cylinders. I mean, obviously, I watched you on Anakin Florida, and it's like, okay, well, I mean, I'm right in touch. I love Andrade. Mm-hmm. When she fucking tombstone Rose and won that title and took that shit, I loved it. And then when she beat the shit out of Rose in round 3, I believe it was a 3-round fight.
Yeah,
broke her nose, had her beat. That fight had another 2-3 minutes. Rose is going to sleep.
Right.
She's giving up verbally. She didn't. Andrade fucking brings it, dude. She cracks. She fights anybody. I'm echoing what you said on Anakin Florida. If you haven't, I'm gonna plug this shit because I know you want to be humble, guy. Check my man out on fucking the last episode of Florida. This man killed it. Fucking wrecked it. Everyone loved it. It was fucking dope. Make sure you go check that out.
Thank you. I try to be fake humble, but I am texting you right now, telling you, hey, say something, man. Say something. I'm just kidding. I wasn't, but no, I appreciate your kind words. Yeah, I love Andrade as well. Listen, she's fought everyone. She doesn't walk away from anybody. After she slammed Rose on her fucking head, she goes, "Who's next? Let me fight next week." Like, she wanted to fight. She goes to fucking China or wherever and fights Wei Li. Like, gets knocked out, but like, she'll fight anybody. I was disappointed in her fight at 125 against, she knocked out Caitlin Chukagian by a body shot, which is brutal. I was a little surprised by her Valentina fight. I mean, Valentina is so good. I thought Andrade was going to get over a little bit more, but she got dominated on the ground. Calvillo's just kind of stayed the same, man. She's never really took that next leap. You know what I mean? She's kind of like, okay, I can wrestle a little bit. I can rear naked choke you if I want, and my stand-up's okay, and I like to mix it up. But that's it. She's just kind of bland. She's the only way she'll win is a decision, and I don't think Andrade's going to do that. Andrade struggles with really good footwork, and she obviously struggled with Valentina, but like with Rose, the first round and a half, her footwork was what bothered Andrade, even in the first fight. And then once Andrade really settles in and stalks her, and then the slam happened in the first fight, and then she started putting her punches together and fucking rose up. She doesn't stop. And at 125, I think her cardio is even better. And Calvillo doesn't have the footwork, doesn't have the wrestling chops, and doesn't have the stand-up. I like Andrade here a lot. She's definitely going to be in the slime ball parlay. I don't know who else I'm going to add in that, but this is my really confident pick on Andrade. I think this is a good fight for her.
At minus 240 in the slime ball, you're gonna get you're gonna get a plus number out of that bad boy.
Hey, what do you want? What are you gonna do? Hey, we're gonna make money. It won last week. It's gonna win this week. Let's go. Okay, Curtis Blades minus 350 versus Jairzinho Rosenstruck plus 265. I believe I go here. I want to. I did buff up. I did mess up on the Kenny and Florian. I apologize. Derrick Henry raped me on fantasy football and buried me. He had like 8 touchdowns. He was burned in my brain on Monday. I apologize. I know Derrick Henry doesn't fight. I meant to say Derrick Lewis. Derrick Lewis slapped Curtis Blades last time Curtis Blades fought. It's been a little bit. And I took a runner on Rosenstruck on the Anakin Florian podcast. I've always wanted to see Rosenstruck fight a grappler, a guy that's repeatedly going to take him down and fuck him up. Blades has shown flashes of really good ground and pound against Shamil, against Overeem, and then against Alexander Volkov, who I know is like 8 foot tall, but he let Volkov just keep getting up. There was no ground and pound. It was just positions. Rosenstruck's a big, thick boy, strong. If Blades doesn't get him down and fuck him up, it's over. Like, he's going to be fucked because Blades struggles with those guys with that one-punch power. I don't know if I'm going to put money on this fight. I probably should since I made the pick on Anakin Florian. But, Curtis, there's 2 fights. There's only 2 ways this fight's going to go. Blades is going to take him down and dog walk him for 3 rounds, and it's going to be your typical Curtis Blades performance, or Rosenstruck is going to catch him with some weird little shot that doesn't look like much, but it's going to fucking put him out because that's the kind of power he's got. I'm going to stick with my pick. I'm going to go Rosenstruck here, plus 265, I believe what the number is. Not a bad number. I got these at FanDuel, by the way, so give me Rosenstruck.
Well, and that's the thing too, because I mean, obviously the only way he's winning is by KO. So if he's plus 265 to win, he's probably like plus 300 to win by knockout.
Right.
That's his only method of victory.
No way.
But yeah, I was going to go Oppo here, regardless of what you pick. I'm and what was Blades? What is that? Minus
350. Minus 350. He's strong. Like he's big. Yeah, he's big. I saw a picture of him too, and I don't know if it was a new or old one. He was in his Venom fight gear. He didn't look like he's usually pretty trimmed up. I mean, he's not like a ripped up guy, but he looked a little looser this time. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but that's just my eyes telling me. Maybe I'm convincing myself to bet Rosenstruck, but he looked a little looser to me.
Yeah, minus 350. That's a lot. I mean, I'm going to take him just because we gotta pick some different fights here. But I do want to look something up on Rosenstruck real quick because he's never been. Lord, I mean, I'm trying to remember the fight against Cyril Gane. Was Cyril Gane taking him down?
No, Cyril Gane just basically pieced him up, clenched up with him, went for a few takedowns, but Rosenstruck just didn't throw. He just wouldn't throw anything. Gane stayed at distance, pop, 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 and then just moved out, clenched up, pop, pop, pop. Rosenstruck would throw big shots at the end of the fight, but nothing. It wasn't. He didn't take him down. He didn't really fuck him up on the ground or anything. It was a really kind of lackluster performance. He threw it felt like 10 punches.
Blades could fight at light heavy. I don't know why he doesn't.
Who's that?
Curtis Blades.
Yeah. He could
Like
probably
he's
trim
not that
up.
big.
Yeah, he can trim
Yeah.
up. He's got big
Yeah, give me
legs,
Blades.
but he could trim up. So you're on Blades here, right, bud?
Yeah, give it to me.
Okay. Next up, you got, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Nick Diaz. He has ballooned up to a plus 125. It was a pick 'em as of Monday. He is fighting Robbie Lawler minus 154. Timbo, this is your guy. 209 or you die. How do you see that? I know who you're picking, but I want to know how you think this fight's going to go.
I mean, it's just so hard. It's so hard to just even because I mean, like even Robbie Lawler's been a shell of himself for the past 6 years. You know, since he lost his title to Woodley. After that, it was just like, okay, who are you? He had a flash of like, oh shit, there's Robbie when he fucking dunked Ben Askren on his head and nearly finished him, and then got bullshitted by Herb Dean. But since then, it's like I remember like the RDA fight, like it was just pathetic to watch. Like you're shut up in the corner and you're trying to roll with it and pieced up. And you know and you would mention this on Panic Floor. I'm not gonna keep bringing it up, but check that shit out if you haven't. But against Neil Magny, I thought the same thing. I was like, okay, well this is a winnable fight. You know, Neil Magny, superstar. He's well versed, but he's not like excellent at anything.
Right.
And Robbie Lawler just didn't show up there. He got dog walked for 3 or 5 rounds, whatever.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but and then you got Nick Diaz, who's been out for fucking 6 years, and you know I mean, I hate to say it, dude, but like he's just. I mean, I follow him on everything. He's for the better part of these 6 years, he's always out fucking partying.
Just like, and he said an interesting quote. He's like, I don't go out and party. I'm just around the party. And it's like, yeah, but I've seen you pretty fucking sauced up at times too.
Yeah.
Bud.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, how many brain cells has he killed from that? How many brain cells has he killed from, you know, obviously his fighting career? I just fucking love him though, dude. I love the Nick Diaz Army. I'm here, and oh god, I mean, I'm taking Nick, but like I feel betting him. I feel like he feels going into this fight.
Right.
Like he said in that interview when he was talking about guys who are all like happy and ready to go fight. He's like, you don't have doubt you're gonna lose this. Like,
right. Yeah.
He said that before, but that's how I feel going for this. Like I have my doubts.
Right. Yeah. Nick is very interesting. Nick is very like he's not great with words, but like, and sometimes they come out a little jumbled. But if you really listen, they're kind of like true. Like some fighters definitely put on the front, like I love this shit, and then they're like, you know, they're fucking terrified. Like he at least is honest, and he's like, listen, I'm done doing that shit. I'm 38 now. I'm going to tell you how I fucking feel. Like, I'm scared. I always think when I go in there, I'm going to get fucked up, right? This is a fight. Anything can happen. But then you see the flashes of confidence come out as well. And like a sentence later, he's like, oh, I think Robbie Lawler's a harder fight than Usman. I'll fuck up Usman. And then he'll say like, I'm going to lose to Robbie Lawler or something. And then they'll say he's going to destroy him. It's like, he's a little all over the place. I think he's got mixed emotions, but he has said some really good gems. Like one of the things is I have to hate fighting before I can love it. Like I train so hard and I obsess about it so hard that I hate it. That way I love it. And it makes so much sense really. And it's so funny because Nick Diaz is just, you know, he's not the best with words. He's very, you know, he even talks about he's a little dim on fight week or whatever, but I'm glad to see him back. And I like that interview with Akamoto. He said a lot of things that are headline grabs, like, you know, I shouldn't be doing this, what I'm doing here, whatever. He's just kind of he's letting his inner monologue come out. He's going to show up Saturday. He's going to fight, you know. My biggest pause, as I tweeted this out, is at 185. He looked really good a couple weeks ago. I don't really know what the 85 stuff's about. Maybe Nick got hurt. And listen, Nick's a needle mover. He makes the rules at this point. Robbie's down. They're going to fight. Let him be healthy. Let him not cut the weight, whatever. It might be a one-off for Nick Diaz, right? This might be a cash grab. I don't know. Is he trying to get paid? Probably. It's been 6 years. But I went back and watched. There's UFC on YouTube put out the best of Nick Diaz on Strikeforce, and that's where he really made his bones. It was in Strikeforce, and just the way he came out and his attitude and everything he did was just so amazing. I've never been a big Diaz guy like you. Like, I've never been a big Nick Diaz Army kind of guy. I've always tuned in to watch him fight. I always knew there was something special, but he's never been one of my guys. That being said, this is a good matchup. Bob Lawler hasn't shown anything, and there's an audio from the Neil Magny article or Neil Magny fight where his corner's like, "What are you doing? You got to throw. What's going on? What's wrong with you?" And he's like, "I don't know." Like, he literally in the fight was like, "I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me." You get Nick Diaz, regardless of 6 years being out, he's going to come forward and he's going to put punches on you. He's going to go body to head, head to body. He's going to mix it up. And Robbie Lawler likes to shell up. He likes to move and shell, throw his big shots. That shit doesn't work with Nick Diaz. It never has. I don't think it ever will. And I see Nick really doing that. The only thing that concerns me is I know Nick's lights out on the ground. He's very good. But if Robbie can start taking him down, because Nick has had trouble with people taking him down, that'd be a nice little interesting wrinkle. I don't think Robbie's going to do that. He's too prideful. He got knocked out last time, so he wants to get that knockout back. He wants to get back on track. He's been the more active guy in 6 years. I mean, he became a champion since Nick Diaz has been gone. With that being said, though, Nick Diaz at plus 125, this feels like snow on Christmas. You know, it's very special that he's fighting, and he's an underdog. I couldn't even feel good as a fan betting against him. Like, why would I root against Nick Diaz? This is a big deal for MMA. So I'm taking Diaz. I think he's going to walk him down. I think he's going to put his punches together. I love that it's 5 rounds. I did predict a finish. I do think it could be a late fight finish, 4th or 5th round finish. Give me Nick Diaz, right? I'm not freaking out about the interviews. I'm not freaking out about the shadow boxing because that's Nick. The weight pauses me a little bit, but you know what? If you don't want to cut that weight, don't cut the weight. You know, be healthy. Go in there healthy.
Right.
All right, co-main event. Valentina Shevchenko, minus 2,000. She has ballooned up to 2,000 versus Lauren Murphy, plus 920. I go first here. I broke this down already on the Anakin Florian. There's not much to say. I like what Lauren Murphy has done. I like what she has come from. But she's not game. I wish I could take 920. I advise everyone to put maybe $10 on it. Why not? You know, what's the harm in that? Put $10 on 920. Who cares? I'm not that type of gambler. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to bet Shevchenko either at minus 2,000. That's absurd. But I think Shevchenko goes out there and gets a finish. I think the only thing I'd bet on this fight is a finish or the fight not go to distance or under a certain amount of rounds. But give me Shevchenko. I mean, I can't pick Murphy.
Yeah, I'll make this short and sweet too. I don't even want to waste the $10 to put on plus 950 with Murphy. I think I'll just pick a round and a method and try to do it like that and maybe get some positive money. But like a 3rd round TKO, that's something I can see happening.
Definitely.
It's not a round.
Main event, baby. Fight on. A lot of people don't think like. I heard some people going like, "We're here for Nick Diaz. We're not here for this fight." I love this fight. Alexander Volkanovski, minus 176. The champ versus Brian Ortega, plus 142. Timbo, I'm dying. You already know who I'm picking, and I'm sticking with that. So I love to know who you got in this spot here.
I can't remember what you said on Anakin Florian, so I don't.
Okay, then you go ahead and go first, and I'll remind you.
But if I got this from you, then obviously I just don't remember who I got it from. But you know, I thought this before the fight. I was curious what this line is going to be, and I think Volkanovski is an insanely good value. You know, you look at. I mean, I hate doing MMA math, but I'm going to do MMA math.
Sure.
Max Holloway fucked up Brian Ortega bad.
Mm-hmm.
Volkanovski beat Max, though controversial, twice.
Mm-hmm.
How is this close of a line? I don't get it. I think Volkanovski is just like I get that, you know, Ortega's going to have the range. I get that. He's going to have the submission attempts. I get that. But Volkanovski's special, dude. Like, this dude's legit. Like, he did beat the best UFC twice. And his dude's just well-rounded at everything. Did you lose me?
You chunk, but I got you. I heard you. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, give me Volk. What is he, like a minus 145 or something?
Minus 176 right now.
Minus 176.
On FanDuel.
Yeah.
I got these on FanDuel.
I love it. And nothing against Brian Ortega. I think he's, supremely talented too. Looked fucking awesome against Korean Zombie last fight. But Volk's different, bro. He's a different breed. He's like, I love Volk here. I love the line on him.
Yeah. What I said on Anakin Florian was basically, I don't know why I have this weird thing in my brain. I can't back Volkanovski. I actually like the guy. I think he's funny. I think he's a great fighter. I've rewatched him and Max Holloway's fights multiple times. He's super impressive. His footwork's great. His leg kick's great. His fight IQ's great. But every single time he fights, from the Chad Mendes fight on, I pick against him. I don't know what that is. He keeps winning. So maybe fade me because I picked Ortega and I'm going to go Ortega again at plus 142. I just think Brian Ortega wasn't ready for Max Holloway. I think he's immature. I think he wasn't ready. I think he had a lot of yes men in his corner. He has switched it up a little bit. I feel like he still is a little bit immature, but I do think he is ready for it now. Now, if he goes out and loses, maybe he's not never destined to be champion, right? Because this is the time now. You've had a shot. You got fucked up. Oh, yeah. Now here's your other shot. I think he matches up well with Volkanovski as well. Volkanovski does a lot of foot movement, a lot of leg kicks, and he likes to mix wrestling in. He also has some big power with a big right hand. But with Max Holloway, he let Max come to him, and then Volk kind of did what Max wanted to do and then took over. That's why Volk lost some of the earlier rounds in their fight. I think Ortega is going to be a little different. I think Ortega's a little bit more aggressive. I think that's how you fight Volkanovski, is you come at him. If you watch the Chad Mendes fight, and Chad Mendes is different than Brian Ortega, but Chad went at him and rocked him bad. And then when Max went at him in the second fight, dropped him with a head kick as well. Those are things that I looked at. Those are things that I'm interested in. And Ortega's absolute death on the ground. His chokes are so good. And, Volkanovski's obviously trained for this and everything, but if you get rocked bad and he goes in for a neck or goes in for whatever, it's a bad deal. I will say this though, I just watched the stare down today. I didn't watch the press conference, but I saw the stare downs, and Volkanovski and Ortega were jawing at each other. Volk is angry, and I like that. Like, a lot of people think he might be a little emotional. Like, he's ready to go. Like, he's confident, and I feel his confidence. So again, I'm picking Ortega. And I've always picked against Volkanovski, and he's always won so far. So if you're listening to this, it's not so you can follow me. It's so you can make money. So maybe fade me on this, because I'm actually quite confident in the Ortega pick, which scares me even more. It's not like I'm just like, I don't like Volkanovski, because I do like him. I just think Ortega matches up really well with him. But again, Volkanovski's fucking kryptonite. I can't, whatever. But I love this fight. This is a fucking banger of a fight. Brian Ortega, I think, gets it done, though.
I think Ortega, and forgive me because now I've already forgotten his name. Who's the guy who fought Kyle Bosniak, big fucking hair Russian?
Yeah, Magami, fuck, god damn it. Yeah, Abe Lincoln. What's his name? Yeah, Abe Lincoln, yeah.
God knows he hasn't fought in like 2-3 years.
He retired, dude.
No shit.
He retired because he has injuries or something. He's like not into it. He just like doesn't want to fight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I know that fight was supposed to be made with him and Brian Ortega. Mm-hmm. I didn't feel good with Brian Ortega in that fight. And obviously, Volkanovski, short guy, Abe Lincoln, tall ass guy. But no. What the fuck? What is this? Never mind. But anyways, I don't think Ortega would have fared well in that fight. And they were supposed to make that fight like 3 times over.
Same like that year. Yair Rodriguez was supposed to fight him a bunch of times, and he kept pulling out. That's another guy, Yair. Like, where the fuck's he's at? Like, he hasn't fought in forever. I think he said he wasn't going to fight during COVID or something. I don't fucking know. That guy's a lunatic. All right, let's get to the lock. Since I'm the champ, I get to lock mine up first.
The beat.
And I have 3 really good ones, so it really doesn't matter which ones I go with, because I'm going to go with my most confident pick. I'm going to go my lock of the night, my mortal lock of the night, and that's going to be Jessica Andrade. I mean, we talked about it. I think she's just too good for Calvillo. I think this is a good matchmaking for her. Unless Calvillo really surprises or in Andrade like breaks her fucking leg or something, Andrade steamrolls that fight. Timbo, mortal lock. Who you got, babe?
Are we just not going to pick Valentina here?
You can pick Valentina on Mortal Locks. I'm going to call you Dev. You're going to be Dev for the rest of the week.
Yeah. Give me Marab.
Give me a Marab. That's a good pick. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Timbo, you're send him home on your dog. Who you like?
I got to remember the fucking dogs I picked. Not many.
Yeah, I got you here. You got Pierce. And was that it?
Oh, and Diaz.
Diaz, yeah,
Oh,
Pearson Diaz.
give me the dog Diaz. Give it to me,
Diaz, your
baby.
dog? Okay. My
Yeah.
dog lock was going to be Diaz, and I figured you would pick him. So I got Brian Ortega as my dog lock because, again, confident. But, hey, that even, again, listen, fucking bet Volkanovski because I can't get the guy right. All right, send him home. My send him home is going to be Matt Sullensberger. I think he fucking, there's no, I mean, Sano's probably tough like Nick Diaz and the Diaz brothers. He's probably nails. But, dude, Sullensberger's a big, strong dude. I think he's going to go out there. I think he's going to fucking butcher him. So give me Sullensberger, send him home. Who's your send him home, Timbo?
Medic.
Medic, that's a good pick. Send them for Timbo. All right, bud. Back in the studio next week. We'll have the graphics. We'll have everything. None of this horseshit display. Thank you for listening, Timbo. Thanks for hopping on, baby. Maybe I'll actually run into Christian. For the viewers at home, for the people listening, Christian, the guys in this podcast, lives in Colorado. I live in Cincinnati, Ohio. We're in the same city. He's a baseball throw away, and the guy's blowing me off. So I hope he listens to this and knows you're blowing me off.
I'm sure you guys will. By the time he hears it, you guys have already been having good
Hugging
times
up.
and
All right.
winning
Well,
money.
if we do, I'll send you a picture. Wish you were here, bud.
What's that?
I said, we'll send you a
No, I
picture. I
know.
wish you were here. See you, buddy.